order. Everyone please rise to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilman David.
Here.
Councilwoman Hess. Here. Councilman Jackson.
Here.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Here.
Councilman Chapoli.
Present.
President Randolph Sharp. Here. Mayor.
Here. Approval of minutes from the December 27th meeting, 2018. Entertained motion, please.
So moved.
And second. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Councilman David.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess. Yes. Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Chapoli.
Yes.
President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
Matters for discussion. I'll turn this over to Councilwoman Sinnen.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is our health report, part of the agenda for tonight, and I'm just going to remind people about a few things. Code blue, when the Camden County Health Officer calls for a code blue, it means the temperature is going to be below 32 degrees. And for Lindenwold, our shelter is at the police station if anyone is outside and needs to get inside because of the weather. There's a law in New Jersey that I think most people do not know about, and it's about your animals and about the weather outside. If the temperatures are below 32 degrees or above 90 degrees, the animals cannot be out for more than 30 minutes. They must come inside. If the animal control officer comes by and your animal is outside, he will stop and give you a warning. After the warning, you have 7 days to correct this. If you fail to correct it, you can get fined up to $2,000. If you see any animals outside and you want to report it to the health officer, the animal control officer, you can call Rob. His number is 856-718-0305, Monday through Friday, or the police department after hours. The last thing I have is 2020, it's time to renew your animals for their license. The fee is going to be $15 if your pet is neutered, $20 if it's not neutered. All applications are due to the borough by March 31st. Last year, the borough had over 300 registered animals. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Anyone else have matters for matters for discussion? At this time, open the public for any questions or comments regarding the Board of Health. Seeing none, close the meeting to the public and entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on. Notice of this meeting has been duly advertised in compliance with the provision of the Open Public Meeting Law. Please be advised that this meeting is being audio recorded for possible later playback. What's the word?
Well, we did the flag selection.
Roll call for the meeting, please.
Councilman David.
Here.
Councilwoman Hess. Here. Councilman Jackson.
Here.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Here.
Councilman Chapoli.
Present.
President Randolph Sharp.
Here.
Mayor.
Here. Entertain a motion for payment of bills, please.
Make a motion that the bills be properly audited and signed, be approved for payment.
And a second, please.
Second.
Questions? Roll call, please.
Councilman David.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Okay.
Yes.
Whose phone is that?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Chapoli.
Yes.
President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
The following reports have been filed and are available in their respective offices for review and will be included in the minutes. The tax collector's report and the sewer report. Next, consent agenda. These items are listed below, considered routine by the borough and will be enacted upon by one motion. There will be no formal discussion of these items. If discussion of these items, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Entertain a motion for resolution 2019-232 through 237.
I'll make a motion for consent agenda resolution items 2019-232 through 237.
And a second, please.
That's not really fair.
Nobody knows.
It sounds like it's from there.
Can I get a second?
Second.
That was Councilman David, but it's thank you.
Roll call, please.
Councilman David.
Yes.
Councilwoman
It sounds like
Hess.
it's coming from
Yes.
over here.
Councilman Jackson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Chapoli.
Yes.
President Randolph Sharp.
Yes. It's that thing right there. that's making that sound?
Camera?
The black thing, right? It's coming out.
It's
coming from
coming from
that
over here.
Yeah, from that direction, I'm not sure what, but.
All right, at this time, I'd like to open the meeting to the public for any questions or comments. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and please don't forget to sign in, please.
Diane Terry, 637 Fifth Avenue. When they put the new dance mains in, they really messed up my sidewalk bed. They came out, they fixed it twice, but what happened is my whole sidewalk sunk. Now it's a tripping hazard, so if you walk on my sidewalk, it's like this. But every time they come back, they don't fix it. And then where the pavement is, and then to the curb, they finally filled it in, and it's like this high. So now when it rains, I get puddles and mud. I don't know what else to do. Let me tell you, that happened where I work, and a contractor to work like that, I'd have to get somebody else to fix it and back charge them. So if they're not going to fix it, I'm going to have to do the work myself, and I'm sending the bill here, because I can't have my sidewalk like that.
We have nothing to do with that.
You guys contracted it out.
We didn't contract it out at all, it's the gas company. You have to talk about it.
Because, I mean, it's a tripping hazard. If someone falls, that's a lawsuit to me.
You have to take it up with the gas company.
So,
It's not us. We have nothing to do with it. Anyone else from the public wishing to speak? See? Pastor Tim, did you want to speak?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Council. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Council. We're here representing the community church,
They got
community,
contractors.
Borough of Lindenwold, a few other of the community-minded organizations. And we had been notified by the
It's a mess.
New Jersey Community Foundation of an opportunity to partnership with an organization called Heart and Soul model of just a grassroots effort to coordinate different interests in the community. And in doing that, we also need the support from the borough, of course. Because, of course, we don't want to make sure we're doing anything that would contradict anything that the borough is trying to do. But there was an opportunity for a $100,000 grant, and we didn't get it in time. But we also would like the letter of support, because there's other things that as a community we're trying to work on. The New Jersey Health Initiative, Workforce Development Institution over at Rowan University in Burlington, the New Jersey Education Foundation, and the county juvenile justice programs that we've been involved with as well. And we just appreciate consideration if you get that letter of support.
Do you have questions, Councilman?
I originally did. I'm not really familiar with your organization. I don't know who the members are, and I don't know what your business plan, what you're planning on do to perform for Lindenwold. So it's hard for me to make a decision without that information. I can't speak for the rest of the council, but if I knew the members, if I knew what your business plan was, for the first year or what else more, that would help me with my decision making.
Sure. Would it be possible to send us a list of what you need from us too?
I think that might be good, and that way I can talk to my
Sure.
associates here, and they could probably come up with some additional things, but I think that would help us largely with the
So
decision.
the letter is just very bland. It doesn't tell us anything about where it's going, how it's being spent, who's in charge of it, where it's, and it doesn't really say much of anything. It doesn't give us anything of an idea of your plan, other than it goes to people to come up and say what's the problem that they have in town, where they can come here to do that. So I I didn't see anything in it that would, to inspire me to say, hey, yes, I love what you do at your church. I have been a supporter of you for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And Pastor Cedric as well. But there really wasn't much for me to go by in reading this letter, other than, I don't know where the money's going. I don't know who, how to say that,
Yeah, well, it's not really been determined. It's just money that's available for whatever the community feels could be best spent. That's why it's a consortium, including the borough in on it. We would do anything without the borough's approval.
But do you have any kind of comparison with any other organizations that have already done this?
Other communities, Danielle is our administrative assistant. She's really done more of the research in the program. If you want to speak to that.
Yeah, sure. I think there's maybe a little bit of misunderstanding about what this actually is. The $100,000 grant, which Pastor Tim just informed you, we unfortunately have not been selected to continue on to receive that grant. So our approach to you here right now is outside of that grant. The Community Heart and Soul is an organization that, you know, as I mentioned, is meant to bring people together to see what the entire community wants for their town. And so I heard you say it's people saying what's wrong with the town. That's not necessarily what it is. It's really just bringing people together to kind of build a sense of community in town and be able to create a shared purpose for our future. It's not about being negative in any manner. It's really about being positive and about creating community and a sense of belonging and familiarity with people and connecting people to one another. Lindenwold is the 6th most diverse community in the entire state of New Jersey, and you know we would really like to see all of those different nationalities and ethnicities come together and be able to be one community. That's really what Heart and Soul is about.
Is there a model that you guys would follow?
That's exactly what it is. Heart and Soul is the model.
Is the model.
That's what we're trying to do. So what we would, they call it do-it-yourselfers if you don't, you know, if we didn't qualify or get selected to move on in this process. There are communities that have been doing this process and do it without the grant money and that sort of thing coming alongside of it. So that's our approach right now, is that we would like to continue with Heart and Soul's model to be able to, you know, just build on the momentum that we've
Heart and
already
Soul
started.
is the organization that gives out the money.
Right, the program is called Community Heart and Soul. It's the Orton Family Foundation. So that email that I sent you linked you to the Orton Family Foundation. That's who started it. Community Heart and Soul is the program model that they use. And it has been used all over the country successfully for many years. And you can read the success stories on there, and all of that information is in those links that I provided to you.
What other towns are you involved in?
I'm sorry?
What other towns have you approached with your?
With this,
I'm only here for Lindenwold.
do you know any place else in Camden County that's doing this?
So currently, there were 21 towns that submitted applications to be part of this, and out of those 21, they're choosing 5. So they're still in the process. On January 13th, they're going to have site interviews, and then after that, they will choose the 5 towns that will get the $100,000 and that
Or
will
up to
do
100,000.
what's that?
Or up to 100,000.
Yeah.
Correct. And that money, I heard you saying, like, what is your business plan and that sort of thing. That money is actually only meant to carry out the process. So it was meant to fund hiring people that would, you know, take care of seeing the process through. They needed a coordinator. You needed to print things. You know, you needed to host meetings and host gatherings. That's what that money was for. That was not necessarily to create any sort of.
So there's no one in Camden County at this present time that's actually already done this?
No, New Jersey. This will be a first for New Jersey. It's brand new for New Jersey, but there's towns in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Maine, all over the country that have done it.
So there are towns in Pennsylvania that have already done this?
Yes.
And do you have an example, a name or something?
It's, again, all those links that I sent you have all of that on there. The success stories are there, the towns are there, people that have already done it.
Okay.
It seems to me that they're assuming that we don't meet and discuss issues with the residents of this town. Now, I've been involved a long time, and I have met, talked with many residents, many. And I understand what they have in their mind, what their problems are, what they're happy with. And it seems to me you're assuming that we don't do that.
I'm not assuming anything. Every town that has been part of Heart and Soul obviously would have a council as well.
And meet with the people and talk to them to find out their problems. That's what
Not
I'm
their
saying.
problems, what their hopes are for where they live. I apologize that you
Well, we
seem to
do
be
that
taking
too.
a negative viewpoint. That's not at all what we're trying to do.
It's really just a matter of following the
They don't
law.
know anything about this town.
Yeah.
Yes, I just think we need some time to go through and do
We
things.
need a lot more information.
Exactly.
Well, as I requested, you know, if you had questions or anything that I could have been prepared for tonight, I would have been happy to do that. I requested you to send that to me. I didn't receive anything, so I'm happy to find whatever information I can and give it to you. I just need to know exactly what you're looking for.
I appreciate that for sure.
Is there anything else I can answer?
That's it, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and have a wonderful holiday.
You too.
Anyone else in the public wishing to speak? Seeing none, entertain a motion to executive session, resolution 2019-238, please.
So moved. I'd just like to take the opportunity to wish everyone a happy and healthy holiday.
Yes.
Enjoy your families and be careful out there.
Thank you, sir. Everyone have a happy holiday. Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.